Okay, good evening. Welcome to another government live class. Today, we're still on the topic international organization. Okay, so far, we have the list of the topics under international organization. So I'm going to write these topics that we have under this topic, and I'm going to tick the ones that have been touched so far in this government class. So the topics we have under international organization, we have United Nation organization. We have United Nation organization, which is known as UNO. We have economic of West African countries, which is what ECOWAS. Economy of West African states. Okay, we have Commonwealth of Nations. We have Organization of African Unity. OAU. We have African Union. AU. We have Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries. Which is OPEC. Okay. On the board are the listed topics that we have under international organization. The first on the board, we have United Nations organization. Second one, Economic of West Africa, so Economic Community of West African States. Economic Community of West African States, ECOWAS. Okay, the second, we have Economic Community of West African States, which is ECOWAS. The third, we have Commonwealth of Nations. We have the fourth one, Organization of African Unity. The fifth one, African Union. And the last one, Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, which is what? OPEC. So far, we have looked at United Nations. Last week, we ended this topic, which is what? ECOWAS. So in today's class, we'll be looking at Commonwealth of Nations. Commonwealth of Nations. So that is the topic for today. Commonwealth of Nations. So this is our topic for today's live class in our government. So what are the things you want to look at under Commonwealth of Nations? We would like to know the origin, okay, by explaining what Commonwealth is all about, okay? We also look at the founding countries, okay, the founding countries under Commonwealth of Nations. Then we also look at the aims and objectives of founding Commonwealth of Nations. Then we look at some of the achievements of Commonwealth of Nations. Then we also look at problems faced by Commonwealth of Nations. Just like the way we have it under United Nations Organization and in ECOWAS. Okay, today is Commonwealth of what? Nations. So on the board, we want to look at origin / background origin / background. Now, under the origin, we want to talk about how the name Commonwealth came on board. Now, before Commonwealth of Nations, the former name it used to be called is British Commonwealth of Nations. British Commonwealth of Nations. Okay? Now, before we have the name British Commonwealth of Nations, it still have what? Another name. The other name it used to be called is Dominion. Dominion. Okay? Now, if you look at different government textbooks, you find that there's no accurate day for the establishment of what? Commonwealth of Nations. Okay? Because each of the year given to you is based on the former name it bears. Okay? But for today's class, I will tell you that it was officially established April 28, 1949. Okay? Sometimes you see 1907. Sometimes you see 1931. Okay? Some say 1951. But this is the official founding day of what? The modern Commonwealth of Nations, which I'm teaching at the very moment. So, have that at the back of your mind. April 28, 1949. And why this date is correct, why we choose this date is that's the date we start having a head of what? Commonwealth of Nations. The position was opened April 28, 1949. That is the official date of what? Founding the modern Commonwealth of what? Nation. Now, what else do you want to know again? From our background, okay, we have to understand that the member states that we have under the Commonwealth of Nations, they were as a result of their past colonial ties. As a result of what? Their past colonial ties with the Britain. Now, what is the past colonial tie I'm talking about? The past colonial tie, as a result of one way or the other, the countries were colonized by Britain. So most of the countries that we have under Commonwealth of Nations are countries that share colonial ties with the Great Britain. That's the first thing I want you to understand. Then, Well, we also need to understand that there are 5 countries that we need to what? Remember, anytime we talk about the origin of what? Commonwealth of what? Nation. Those countries were the ones that formed the dominions. Okay? We have the first one. We have Canada. We have Australia. We have New Zealand. Sorry. Yes, New Zealand. Okay, we have Ireland. And what about South Africa? Okay, this country I mentioned on the board, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and South Africa, are countries that were under what? The Dominion. Now, the word Dominion, which you have on the board, was given 1931. Now, where were they called Dominion? They were called Dominion because at a point, they were given semi-autonomous world power to become independent countries on their own. Don't forget, I mentioned that member states that we have under Commonwealth of Nations are countries that once shared colonial ties or has colonial link with Britain. And this country are the first 5 founding members of what? Commonwealth of Nations. And because they were among the first 5, they were given what? A title called what? Dominion. And the name came on board 1931. Now, after that, they were tired of what? The name called what? Dominion. They want to be on their own. That was when we now have what? This country is now formed what? The Commonwealth of Nations, April 28, 1949. So they were given this name, Dominion, in 1931 at a conference called Imperial Conference. Imperial Conference. Okay, it was in this conference, so where they meet to discuss how they be given what? Semi-autonomous power to be independent states on their own. Okay, they were not given this title, this name, Dominion. It can be asked, past JAMB question, the precursor of Commonwealth of Nations is, the answer is what? Dominion. So now, I'm going to start with what? Origin/background of Commonwealth of Nations. Since I have more students online now, so I can continue. So I don't want anyone to miss out. So the rest will join us as the class commences, okay? Now, origin/background of Commonwealth of Nations. Commonwealth of Nations formerly known as British Commonwealth. Formerly known as British what? Commonwealth, was founded on April 28, 1949. Commonwealth of Nations can be described as intergovernmental organization of countries that were former or ex-colonies of Britain. Commonwealth of Nations comprises of 54 member states. Commonwealth of Nations has its origin traced back to 1907 when it was founded by 5 countries, which were Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and South Africa. These countries were colonized by Britain and was under its administration. In 1931, these countries adopted a new name at the Imperial Conference and were called the Dominions. The dominions were given semi-autonomous power to be self-governing states Now we're still looking at the origin/background of Commonwealth of Nations. On the board is the introduction to when our Commonwealth of Nations was officially founded. Commonwealth of Nations, formerly known as British Commonwealth, was founded on April 28, 1949. Commonwealth of Nations can be described as intergovernmental organization of countries that were formerly ex-colonies. They were countries that were former or ex-colonies of Britain. Commonwealth of Nations comprises of 54 member states. Commonwealth of Nations has its origin traced back to 1907 when it was founded by 5 countries, which were Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and South Africa. These countries were colonized by Britain and was under Britain administration. In 1931, these countries adopted a new name at the Imperial Conference and were called the Dominions. The Dominions were given semi-autonomous power to serve as self-governing states. They were given semi-autonomous power as self-governing states. And together you can see where we have the name Dominions. And the countries that were referred to as what? Dominions: Canada, Australia, New Zealand, Ireland, and what? South Africa. Are we together? So, what else do you want to know more? Now we have to understand that the British monarch is the head of Commonwealth of Nations. The British monarch is the head of Commonwealth of Nations. The title was adopted